Welcome back to all my tiny tots, little ones, big kids, tweens, teens, everyone in between, CGs, flips, and adults. So today we are reading chapters 71 through 74, so chapters 71, 72, 73, and 74. I hope you all enjoy, and I'm really sorry I haven't been posting this week. I keep forgetting. I have one other video recorded from the MHA X-Reader Comfort one-shot, and I meant to post it on Tuesday. Or Wednesday? I'm sorry, y'all. My days are just so mixed up. Tuesday. I meant to post it on Tuesday. I forgot. Like I was going to, and then I was looking at the thing on dashboard to see if the other one had uploaded and how many views it had gotten so far. Found that it didn't upload all the way, and I was like, oh. Okay. So I had to delete the upload and then re-upload it, and then I was like, okay, so that's today's video, and then I was like, okay, I'll upload part 2 tomorrow. Forgot. I thought I did it, but I don't think I did. I haven't checked, but I don't think I did. So I was like, okay, then I'll upload it, Thursday. I forgot again. Y'all, I'm just, oh my gosh. Had a geometry semester test, part 2, Monday. And then I had my semester Spanish test yesterday. And then today technically, I keep thinking it's Thursday because, I've been up long enough that it's supposed to be Thursday yet. But it's not. And then tomorrow is the final project in chemistry. So yeah, I just have a few things going on in school right now. Oh yeah, and then Tuesday afternoon I had Wednesday afternoon I had my final performance for creative writing. So yay me. I'm so tired. Anyways, yeah, I hope you all enjoy. Please continue to request and everything. I will hopefully keep working on chapters over the summer. I'm hoping to get a job too, so uploading may be slow. I did create a Wattpad account. I can't remember what the account name is right now. And nothing's uploaded to it yet, so it wouldn't really be worth checking it out because nothing's uploaded yet. LOL. So yeah, I'm hopefully gonna link that one of these days into a whole thing or something. I don't know yet, y'all. But yeah, I hope you all enjoy. So, chapter 71. CG Skeppy, Little Bad Boy Halo. Author's note: personal headcanon. I feel like Little Bad Boy Halo has an obsession with Sanrio Shawkins, and that's because of I can't remember the user. But there's this one that does Little Space Katsuki really well. And he has Tourette's, autism, the whole shebang, but that's where this that's where this headcanon came from. I was like, oh, the scarier characters, not that Bad Boy Halo or Skeppy are scary at all. Just a little bit sometimes. But that the more intimidating characters, I guess you could say, like the softer, sweeter things behind closed doors. So yeah. Anywho, into the story we go. Bad sat on the floor, dressed in his cinema roll cropped hoodie and black jean shorts, fishnet tights under his thigh-high pink and blue striped mismatched socks. His favorite passy hanging from his lips, said passy a deep black color embellished with blue and silver gems in a scattergem design. Daddy's baby on the handle in silver and white letter beads, the centerpiece a small demon baby. Skeppy walked into the living room, noticing that his little stay on the floor, playing with his step. I feel like it's wrong. Skeppy walked into the living room, noticing his little sitting on the floor, playing with his steppies and babbling quietly to himself as Sanrio played in the background. A box rested in the older minded male's hand as he sat down across from Little. Hey babes, I have something for you, Skeppy exclaimed, smile crossing his features. Bad looked up at Skeppy, a small look of astonishment on his face, as if to say, "For me?" Skeppy nods and holds the box out to Little. Bad takes the box cautiously, carefully undoing the ribbon, then the tape. He pulls the table tabs to the side, finding few pieces of candy and a small card nestled on top of confetti. Bad looks up at Skeppy, the latter offering a smile and a small nod as if to say, "Keep going." Bad gently moves the confetti aside, placing the candy and the card down off to the side. He peers into the box, a slightly confused look crossing his features as he comes across the bubble wrap in the bottom of the box. He hands the box over to Skeppy. Skeppy offers a gentle smile and pulls the bubble wrapped item out of the box. Handing it back over to the baby-minded male, Bad takes it, picking at the tape, trying to get it off, but to no avail. He lets out a small whine behind his passy, handing the item over to Skeppy as if asking for help. Excuse me. Peace? Bad slurs around his passy. "Of course, Bubs," Skeppy answers, a gentle smile crossing his features as he removes the tape, passing the bubble-wrapped item back to the Little. Bad opens the bubble wrap note, pulling the item out. Within the bubble wrap, he finds a new passy. He squeals in delight as he notices that the centerpiece is one of his favorite Sanrio characters, Kuromi. The passy itself is a deep purple color, a full deco of black, silver, white, and hints of purple and pink scattered throughout, the handle reading Puffle's Muffin. Bad does a little happy stim as he leans forward, falling into Skeppy's arms and hugging the other tightly. "Do you like it, Bubs?" Skeppy asks. Bad nods, smiling from ear to ear as he curls up in his papa's lap, his stuffy resting in his arms. Chapter 72, CG Awesome Dude, Little Drops by Punk. Just so y'all know, I haven't ever really written Punk, like, ever, if you've been following this channel for a while. And so when I wrote this, it was like, I think it might have been months after I had originally watched him. I don't remember, but I noticed that he's a very outgoing person. Like, his personality was very extroverted, personally. So I decided that when he's little, he's a bit more, shy. Like, he's that clingy, shy little baby who just doesn't really want to leave his CG side, and it's the cutest thing ever. And we love littles like that. But we also love the introverted ones, too. Or the extroverted. Sorry, y'all. I'm not trying to make any of y'all not valid. Y'all are all valid, I promise. Y'all are all valid. So he has a very outgoing personality. And from what I can tell, and personally, I think he's very introverted, like I said. So Punk, of course, will be very out of character for this chapter. So this one's called Lemon Boy. It's CG Awesome Dude, Little Drops by Punk. I believe I already read the title, but I don't remember. Punk sat in the backyard playing in the sandbox, packing the sand into a bucket as he prepared to add another tier to the castle. The fresh scent of lemons floated on the breeze as he sat digging in the sand, the sun shining bright overhead, tanned shoulders burning slightly from the beautiful weather. Sam watched from his place on the back porch. He had his tablet out, working on some blueprints for projects he'd been hired to help build, but he was glad to have this day off, but it seemed he never stopped working regardless. He looked up as a small hand rested on his knee. "What's up, bud?" he asked quietly. Punk mumbled. "You want to head inside and cool down?" Sam answered. The little nodded, making grabby hands at his CG. "All right, bud, one sec," Sam answered, placing his tablet in his inventory, scooping the little up into his arms koala style. He walked back into the house, setting the little down on the counter as he grabbed out the pitcher of lemonade. "Sippy or Baba, hun?" Sam asked as he walked over to the cupboard, pulling out a glass for himself. "Sippy, please, Dad," Punk answered. "Sure thing, bud. Thanks for using your manners," Sam responds as he pulls a red sippy cup and its matching black lid out of the cupboard. He fills the cup with lemonade, handing it over to the little "Tankus," Punk murmurs as he sips from his drink, wiggling in his seat happily. "Of course, kiddo," Sam answers, pouring his own glass of lemonade and moving over to stand by the little after placing the pitcher back in the fridge. "Wanna go color for a bit, kiddo?" Sam asks. Punk nods, clinging to his CG. Alright, chapter 73, Eternal Duo, CG Era, Little Foolish Gamers. Oh, this chapter took forever to write. Not that that's a bad thing. It's just a little annoying that I had to reread through this one so many times just so I could finish it. It's fine. I don't mind reading these all for you guys. So I hope you enjoy. I'll be using she, they mostly for Erit because Erit does use all pronouns. But I tend to think of Erit more as a queen when it comes to the DSMP and stuff. So no offense, and I'm not trying to offend or invalidate Erit because they are amazing. And he's actually one of my favorite comfort streamers. Literally. Like, her voice is so sweet. It just it warms my heart and like relaxes my brain whenever it's like going overwhelmed. So yeah, I know that sounds really weird, but yeah. And then he, him, his for foolish as per usual. Also, could y'all double check that? Well, I think I've double checked that foolish's pronouns are he, him, but that was like way back when. So if y'all give me an update on his pronouns, that'd be absolutely amazing. Eir had always kept her castle open to all, but especially littles. They knew there were many on the server, and that many of them didn't have an official caregiver, and if they did, sometimes things would happen and their relationships would be broken into bits. She always kept a spare room open and snacks in the kitchen accessible to little ones. They left a bin of toys in the living room and a stack of coloring books with crayons and color pencils on the coffee table. And her personal favorite addition was the playground she had added within her courtyard. After a few months, they noticed a little who had taken a particular liking to the playground, although he was awfully shy and never actually came into the castle. On weekdays, depending on the week, she would find him sitting on the swings, Totem of Undying Stuffy clutched in his hands. While they weren't particularly busy, she would often sit in the sunroom that overlooked the courtyard, just keeping an eye on the little from a distance. They sometimes left the little's gifts on the playground, plastic eggs with candy within, stuffies, coloring books, and sometimes soft blankets. Eric took notice to certain little's mannerisms, like Nikki loved to come over and help bake, but she was also a superb colorer. Or Tommy couldn't sit still and liked to build with Legos a lot. His entire room was full of his sculptures. Wilbur loved music and writing. Techno had anxiety and liked to just cuddle up with a good book in the stuffy Eric had made for him. George liked to draw with chalk outside. Sapnap liked to play hide and seek. Rainbow would just sit quietly and liked when people would just hold him close. Fundy loved puzzles and coloring. Quackity liked ducks and swimming or napping. Filza loved being read to and helping out in the garden. Dream liked to cuddle close and color or game on Animal Crossing or Stardew Valley. Puffy loved to build sandcastles. Tubbo liked to knock down block towers and color on occasion. And Sam loved Rubik's Cubes or any other mind puzzles. Foolish, the little who had come around most recently, Eric wasn't sure about yet. They sat by the window, knitting an alloy stuffy for the little, and watched her as the little sat on the swings and babbled to himself a bit. She smiled and went back to her knitting project. It was a Saturday when Eric left the stuffy sitting on the usual swing Foolish used. A piece of paper had been attached to it with tape. On the paper it read, "For Foolish." Eric was in town by the time Foolish had ventured out to the playground. Finding the stuffy on the swing, he picked it up, a smile on his face as he hugged it tightly to his chest. He loved it. He found a pen laying on the ground in the grass surrounding the playground and wrote "Thank you" below, "For Foolish." He then cautiously went up to the door and taped it there, a small smile playing on his face as he did so. He went back to the swings and sat, babbling to his new stuffy. It was around a week later when Eric left another note on the playground for Foolish, this one reading, "Cookies?" Foolish nodded to himself and took his Totem of Undying Stuffy and Alloy Stuffy with him to the castle's front door, knocking on it. He waited for a couple of minutes before the door opened and Eric appeared, dressed in a long flowy skirt, corset, and blouse. "Well, hello there, sweetie. How can I help you?" Eric asks gently. Foolish glances away, saying nothing, and holds out the paper. Eric takes it and looks at it a moment before a smile crosses over their face. Would you like to join me for some milk and cookies? They're fresh out of the oven. The cookies, that is, Eric answered, chuckling lightly and opening the door wider. Moving to the side, Nikki helped me make them. Foolish nods and enters. Slowly walking past Eric, a nervous look still on his face. No need to be nervous, sweetie. We're all family here, Eric says, walking towards the kitchen. Foolish nods again and follows after the other. They arrive in the kitchen and a pink head pops out from behind the counter. Hey, Princess, how are the cookies looking? Eric asks kindly. Good, Nikki answers. Eric smiles. That's good. We have a friend joining us today for cookies, if that's all right with you. Eric responds. Mm-hmm. Nikki answers, a smile crossing her features. Eric smiles and turns to Foolish. How old are you feeling, kiddo? Foolish pauses, thinking for a moment before answering. He holds up 3 fingers, looking away shyly. Eric's smile widens as she kneels down. Thanks for telling me, kiddo, they say. Would you prefer a sippy or a baba? Sip, sip, Foolish answers, giggling a bit. Eric coos lightly and heads over to the fridge to take out 2 sippy cups of milk and a glass from the cupboard for themselves. She fills it with milk and puts some cookies onto a plate, carrying them and the drinks into the dining room. They hand the drinks off to their respective people and takes a sip from her own glass. Once they finish their snack, both littles are falling asleep in their places, tired and ready for naps without a fuss. Eric smiles and scoops both littles up into their arms, carrying them up the stairs, tucking Nikki in first and making sure she's everything before continuing down the hall to the next unused room and tucking Foolish in. Sleep well, kiddo, Eric murmurs as she places a kiss to the other's forehead. She turns to leave when she hears a quiet, "Stay, please." They turn back and nod. Of course, hun. She sits down beside Foolish and hums quietly, watching as the little quickly falls asleep. Chapter 74, Dreamber. CG Dream Little Wilbur. This will be more of a relationship revolving around romantics, as I will probably refer to them as boyfriends. Wilbur will also be referred to using she, her, hers, and he, him, his pronouns. It just fits better for his character somehow. I'm not entirely sure, considering that I know that Wilbur, I believe, uses he, him, his pronouns, but his character somehow fits a more feminine and masculine, so like an androgynous kind of aspect almost. Content warning for slight mentions of derealization. I believe there also might be a slight mention for crying little, and flashbacks, and a very mild anxiety, panic attack. Sorry, y'all. I guess that was the only major idea I thought about this item. I apologize. Dream sat on the couch, scrolling through his phone. He was worried about his boyfriend. Not that he wasn't usually worried, just today he was more worried than usual. Said male was sitting on the love seat opposite of Dream, staring off into nothing. He would flinch every so often, even though nothing was around her. Dream assumed that the other was stuck in war flashbacks, not quite in her head, but not quite in his body either. A whimper ripped out from the other's throat as her hands raised to protect his face. Dream moved slowly and carefully, not wanting to trigger the other any further. He carefully rested his hand on his lover's knee, offering a gentle, reassuring smile and soft words. It's all right, sweetheart. You're not there. You're here with me, Dream whispered. It was around 20 minutes later when the other removed his hands from her face, resting one on top of Dream's, the other carefully wrapping his fingers around her hand. Hey, baby, Dream cooed quietly, watching as Wilbur pulled himself back into reality. Wilbur's face flashed with recognition before she threw himself into her lover's arms, sobbing into his neck. Shh, it's all right, sweetheart. Papa's got you, Dream murmured reassuringly, rubbing gentle circles into the other's back. Wilbur nods against his caregiver's chest and tries to calm down. He tries to take a deep breath, failing and ending in a coughing, crying mess. Dream feels his heart pang painfully in his chest as he runs his hand up and down the little spine. It's alright, sweetheart. Let's try again, yeah? Dream asks, over-exaggerating his breathing and encouraging the little to follow his example. The little tries again, slowly pulling in air and carefully letting it out again. She repeated this a couple more times until his breathing had returned to normal and her heart slowed down. You're doing a great job, Pumpkin, Dream praised, kissing the little's head. Wilbur looked up, wiping the remaining tears from his face, and gave her CJ a small smile. Thank you, Papa. Wilbur murmured quietly. A small smile crosses Dream's face. You're welcome, Bubs. He hoists the little up into his arms as he stands, resting the other on his hip. Do you want to change your clothes, kiddo? Dream asks gently, noticing the little squirming uncomfortably in his jeans and t-shirt. Wilbur nods, and Dream smiles a bit, carrying the little up the stairs to their bedroom. He places the little down on the bed and walks over to the closet. Hoodies and shorts sound okay, hun? Dream requests. He gets a vigorous nod of the head and chuckles a bit. Okay, don't hurt yourself, sweetheart. He returns to the bed with black shorts and Wilbur's signature yellow sweater. He helps the little change into her hoodie and shorts before digging through the little's box of items to find the other's passy. Eventually, he finds the little's non-deco plain black passy and hands it off to the little. Did you still want to watch the meteor shower tonight? Dream requests the light quietly. Wilbur nods as Dream sits beside her on the bed, curling into his boyfriend's side. All right, sweetheart, it should be starting any minute. Dream lays back on their bed, moving the little with him as he moves, making sure his little is comfortable. After a few more minutes, the first meteor streaks across the sky. Wilbur lets out a small gasp. Papa, pity! Wilbur exclaims. Dream chuckles. Very pretty indeed, baby. The meteor shower continues on for the next 2 hours before the last one streaks across the sky, and the night sky is full of nothing but stars and planets in the far, far distance. Wilbur nuzzles into his Suji's chest as Dream carefully moves his chin down to kiss the little on the head. I love you, Bubs. Dream says quietly, Wub choo toos. Wilbur answers sleepily, his passy slipping from her lips as he closes her eyes. Dream carefully slips the little's passy back into their mouth and runs a gentle hand up and down the little's spine, listening to their breathing as he closes his own eyes and tries to sleep. Sleep all, Prince, Dream murmurs as he drifts off into a peaceful sleep. So I do have some art that I did that isn't complete yet because I just can't get the passy right for chapter 71. I don't know if I still have it though. I should, right? Because like I was super proud of it and like it looks so cute and like this one. So it's not the greatest, and I mean I could have done a lot better, but this is what I had. Like I said, could have done a lot better. This one did kind of pull from inspiration from I think it's I Found Joy. They are a gotcha tuber, but they do a lot of Skip Halo stuff, and it's super cute, and their ideas are phenomenal, and their videos are just out of this world, y'all. So I will hopefully link them in the description or the pinned comment or whatever, and if you guys could go show them some love, that would be absolutely amazing, because they don't get enough recognition for the hours of work they put in. Just wow. For real though. So yeah, this took so long. I will not lie, this took so long. I know it doesn't look right because, like, you know, it's really easy to draw this, but at the same time it's so difficult. Anywho, I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you all have a fantabulous day, night, morning, evening, afternoon, whatever it may be for you. And farewell for now to all my tiny tots, little ones, big kids, tweens, teens, everyone in between, CGs and adults. Bye!